And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for tonight's TTR Friday. Alex is coming on. He's not invisible. He's just nipped away from his desk, or he's turned the screen off while he gets himself sorted. Billy, I'm not sure what the cock-eyedness was for, but fair enough. That's
just felt like being a bit bung-eyed for a second.
Right, I'd just like to explain to everybody that I have no idea how this show is going to go tonight, guys. Simply because Billy is in one of those moods. I do not know how much alcohol Sam has ingested into her system with her father today. So I have no idea what is going to happen here. I need to put people in the right places, so it confuses me. There's dogs barking as well. I mean, we've got everything already, and we've only been on less than a minute. So there you go, guys. So I really do not know how this show is going to go tonight, but I'm sure you will enjoy it regardless. By the way, me and Alex earlier today were talking about Fabian Schar and his injury and how Mr. Howe suggested that he may not play again this season. It has since come out that Schar himself has given an interview to Swiss media saying that he will be back before the end of the season, and it's not a worry about the European Championships either, which is a very, very interesting point. So clearly, manager-player, not on the same wavelength, I don't know. But from that interview given by Mr. Schar, Billy, he's going to be involved before the end of the season.
Well, Fabian Schar doesn't select the team, unfortunately. Maybe Eddie Howe just wants to give him a rest. He deserves one. He's played every game God sends.
Yeah.
And maybe he thinks he deserves a rest till the end of the season and get himself all geared up for the Euros. Whether Fabian Schar wants to play or not, he doesn't pick the team, does he? So whether he thinks he's fit or whether he wants to play, if he's selected, he'll play. But if not, he won't. Simple as that.
Sam?
Yeah, is this some, cloak and dagger from Eddie again, not letting opposition knowing what we've got in our back pockets? I think there's always an element of that. And again,
Sam, I'm going to interrupt you just 1 second because Alex has covered his face up laughing, and I don't know why.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
What?
Well,
he's
no,
not. He's
no,
not.
he's really not.
Get in the comments. What's happened? It's Friday. What's going on?
Come on, Alex. You have to explain.
No, to the news about Fabian Schar.
Well, I mean, she's answered, so it's your turn now, Stado. I mean, you need to elaborate on why you were laughing. I'm sure the viewers all want to know as well, because I'm a little bit confused.
No. Tell the class. No, there is no reason. It's funny how there's no source for this. It's come out from a bunch of journalists that he's told Swiss media which, where, who, when, how.
Well, I guess through a microphone and standing in front of somebody. I mean,
video for a TV show. Where? Like, nobody's cited anything. Like, whichever journalist found this out, why didn't they link where they'd found it from? It's quite a common practice. All of these people have been to university. They've all written journalistic dissertations. Link who you got that from. Don't just put it in on Twitter or So I don't know. Very strange.
So are you saying that there may be a little bit of conspiracy going on here?
No. I mean, it's probably true, but why couldn't they cite their sources? Like, it's got to be from somewhere, right?
Well, I guess so. It's obviously come from somewhere, hasn't it? I mean, let's be honest. It just seems that it's come out very, very quickly since sort of Eddie Howe spoke, 10 o'clock this morning in his press conference, and then all of a sudden...
I don't know if you've seen, there's a lot of Dougie Friedman traction now.
There is indeed. Doogie. Doogie is
for anybody who's asking, I have not had any alcohol today so far. I have a caffeinated beverage, and that is it. I've been out. I've just been driving home. I've not had any alcohol.
Thank you for that, Alex.
There's a couple of people have just said that in the chat, and Tom, I haven't.
Well,
I'm going to be, but not yet.
I mean, we may as well go around. I mean, we all know what Sam's got because she's already picked it up 3 times before as the show started. I mean, that wine glass is bigger than a damn heat.
Slander, it's Ribena.
Aye, my ass. Yes. And my ass is buttery smooth like a baby.
Actually, can I just quickly say, Toon Gamer had an excellent suggestion, which I love. Please put in the chat wine recommendations for me. Country, great type brand.
I'm not quite sure
it
that the
sells in
Toon
there.
Review Army is our wine connoisseurs, Sam. I would.
Off the back of that, to be
Nor
fair,
am
I
I.
have a request as well off the back of Sam's.
Well,
I'm going away next
hang on a
week,
minute,
and
hang
I'd
on.
like some book recommendations, but it's got to be
Oh,
football
stop
related.
it,
Oh, wow.
Alex.
I go, well, I fall a fucking sleep. Listen, I mean, really? Books? Come on, Alex.
It's more football books.
Oh, my
There's
God. I mean,
people in
Jesus
the
Christ.
chat who like, interesting football literature.
God.
I want some good stuff on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
managers,
TTR Friday
biographies.
with freaking Jimmy Hill next to me here.
I'm thinking of painting my kitchen, and I wonder any shades of beige that you could actually kind of recommend for me.
Yes, there you go.
Or
I mean,
mink,
that is so
you know.
exciting. Absolutely. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my fellow esteemed colleague there. I'm not so sure that the Toon Review Army are wine connoisseurs. I don't mean this in an insulting way at all. I would put our viewers and subscribers and members, etc., down as more like hard beers and lagers rather than wines. There's a few of them I could name who I think could be wine connoisseurs, but I'm not
Didn't
going
mean
to.
books about wine. I meant This is taking a different turn.
No, Alex, you mentioned books and you sent people to sleep, so they weren't listening properly to what you were trying to say. And that is very understandable, given what you just come out with. I mean, Sam,
What's wrong with
fair
the
enough, is
football book?
asking for
Everybody's read it.
recommendations for wine, but you come out with, oh yes, I never.
What's
I'm
wrong?
looking.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
going.
sorry that I'm able to
I'm
read.
going on holiday next week, and I would like a rather good book to sit by the pool and chew my
Exactly.
toenails to. Bollocks!
I'm sorry. Is that not like a fundamental thing that we generally do? Is just learn
No,
how to read?
I'm going to Fuerteventura in July, Alex. Right, and I can guarantee.
What are you taking with you? An audiobook?
No, because I'll be swimming in the pool. I'll be playing
For the
table
entire
tennis with the
day,
kids.
yeah, for 12 hours. You're not going to lay and have a rest and
you
read a
can really
book.
tell you're not a parent, Alex, because it's all right for you going abroad, just you and the missus with no kids. But when you have kids with you, you can't sit by a pool all day and I'm just going to read a book and pick my nose and have a good burger or something like that. It doesn't work like that when you've got kids. You can't do that.
This is true. Do you find books boring, Paul?
No, actually, I do. I've read quite a few in the house. Before one closes his eyes and tries to go to sleep, which isn't very easy with Parkinson's. As
Do
people,
you keep them under your bed?
wow, that's astounding.
Friday, yeah.
That's
Saturday,
astounding.
Sunday, what?
But do you think the subject of books is boring?
Not really. What are you trying to say, Billy? I'm not.
Well,
I'm a
he's
bit
not
Because you
worried.
kind of made out that Alex kind of.
No, I mean that Alex is posh.
Yeah, but what prizes have we got for the members, doors?
That'll be books, Billy.
Indeed.
Football books, specifically.
Oh, crap, I forgot to bring them round. Somebody say something while I just text my good lady.
Something.
Books. I actually do want some book recommendations, guys. On a serious note, some.
What about
football books.
downloading the Anthony Gordon one? Winning.
I've already
Is it
got
winning?
it. I've already ordered that.
Yeah, I've
After you said
started
it,
it
I've
as
already
well,
ordered it.
actually.
Why didn't you get the Eric Ten
Yeah.
Hag one, which is similar to that, called Whining?
Oh God, yeah, no, not a chance. But no, I want an interesting football book. There was Soccernomics I saw in Waterstones, but I don't know if it's any good.
Don't sound great, to be fair, Alex.
Well, I mean, you need to know about these things, don't you? But if anybody's
No.
read anything about football, I don't know, formations, managers, autobiographies, anything like that, they're all interesting, aren't they?
What
Especially
about
the players stuff.
Bus Journeys in the East Midlands by Mr. Gallant? That'd be a good one to read.
Oh, thriller.
Absolute thriller.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat here, like.
He
Yeah.
was.
I bet he was. Yeah. Oh, this is how. What's it called? The 32-inch TV is going to be national. I can't wait to put that first
Michael Owen's
spade in the
book.
sand.
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
hey. Honestly,
Michael Owen's book. It's a lot of pages between two covers.
it is. Unfortunately, there's not much written on them. The mainly, obviously, the autobiography of Michael Owen is mainly photographs.
It probably won't let me in if I go on holiday and take a Michael Owen book. They won't let me on the plane. So, sorry, this is contraband. You can't take this in.
We don't promote taking contraband onto an aircraft.
Oh, just quietly,
Well,
TTR wine.
we don't promote,
That's just coming to us.
Well, we could do a TTR wine at some point once the channel gets big enough, and we can, I mean, we're talking about getting a vineyard here, Sam. I mean, that is highly.
Just give me time. Give me time.
I mean, well, Matt Hayes has said the Bible has Jesus in it, doesn't it? Plays up front for Arsenal. Indeed, yeah. David says Steaming In by Colin Ward is a good football-related book. It was out in the 80s. I'm not sure.
I'm going to have to write all these down.
Billy's read in the 80s either. I think that could be quite different for Billy.
Can people tweet them to me because I'm going to lose all of these?
Alex, can I just ask how many times you're going to interrupt the host tonight? By the way, I just off the cuff, because I'm a little bit concerned that is around about the fourth time you've done it, and we've only been on air for 11 minutes.
It's Friday.
I find it quite offensive.
I was reading Alex Ferguson's book, which is a good read actually, and every time I got near the end, Howard Webb coming in and put an extra 3 pages on.
In Fergie time, baby. Bald Geordie says, I can hardly recommend the Codes of Practice book in police custody. Always an interesting read. Exy says, Jamilia from southeast Spain. Best I came across while living in Spain for a bit. Red wine gives me a bad heed, but I've tasted. Goru Jamilia, £13 apparently, Sam.
Take that all day. Yes.
Fubar Steve Kids says, can't you borrow one of Paul's Beanos, Alex? P-Law Key says, the chimp paradox is really interesting, Alex.
It is, but not football related.
Is that not about the chimp that went to space?
No.
Don't all answer me at once, guys. I'm just putting a suggestion out because I don't actually know. No, I haven't, Billy, to be fair. Never mind. Let's have a look. Alex, you need to read some of the old editions of the Viz.
I've got 3 Viz annuals here, Alex. You want to borrow them?
Yeah, they're very educational, Billy.
Indeed, absolutely.
Indeed.
You'll
Billy,
see Paul in there with his flat cap.
I really don't like you on a Friday, Sam. Honestly, I mean, I love you, but I hate you on a Friday. It's just, I don't know what I don't know whether you have this little pin cushion of a Paul doll or something on a Friday that once you've had a little tipple, things turn into pure rage. It's a little bit worrying.
You ain't seen rage. This is jolly. Jolly happy.
Jolly happy.
Jolly merry.
Look at you with your fishing rod there, Alex. I mean,
it's because you bite to everything.
Well, no, you're used to holding a fishing rod because you're that fucking little.
Lost me hat though.
Indeed. Supreme Lord Luther says, Alex, you can go back and access any live chat after the video.
That is quite right.
Well, you can, unless I turn it off.
Correct.
Because you do have the choice to turn chat replay off, guys.
Now who's going to do that? I
could be an absolute twat and turn it off.
Just tweet them to me.
Yeah, you can find Alex anywhere. Normally by the bottom of a garden pond with a fishing rod. Toon Gamer says, is there any mental health football book out at Alex that would be interesting, or one on medicals in football? Well, don't read Newcastle United's medical department.
No, definitely not.
28-volume book.
That wouldn't go down well.
Are you asking me that question? I mean, if I don't know. But
I don't know.
If there are any, I'd like to read them, but I don't know if they exist. I'd have to have a look.
Julie J says, Spanish red wine is very nice, very nice. All Australian reds are good.
Thunderbirds. That's the best red one I can think of.
Well, this is Australian. So,
good eye.
Yes.
You had a few Australian redheads in your time, Billy Trey?
I have, yes, actually.
I thought as much. I mean, yeah, I was just putting it out there. Peter says, did any chimps play football? Oh, come on, we can't get into that sort of thing. I mean, I don't know. Could they play football? Maybe. There's a lot of brainy chimps out there. Jamstash says, I've got no idea why I said that. Not about football, but a great book, What Made Maddie Run.
I like how I asked for specifically football books, and everyone's gone, well, it's not about football.
It's not football, really.
Is that about what I think it's about?
Well, I was just going to ask, is that about... That can't be...
It's quite
Billy.
easy. Coming ready or not.
Oh, he went there. He went there. Sam's got no idea what we're talking about here, but
Unless he's talking about James Maddison, of course.
Alex, of course, knows exactly. But Billy went there. Keith, good evening to you from O'Neill's in Broad Street, Birmingham.
He's in Birmingham.
Good pub, that.
There.
I had a few Guinnesses there in my time.
Have you really?
Indeedy.
I've been there as well, to be fair.
Was that where you met the Australian redheads, Billy?
No, they're in the down under bar. Is it called what's it called, Alex? The Australian bar on Broad Street.
No idea.
I've been in there as well. Before the
I
Ashes as well.
definitely didn't remember by the time we got to there.
No, Alex wouldn't remember that type of thing. Julie J says it's Friday, anything goes. Well, to a certain degree. I mean, is there any footballing topics anyone would like to bring up on the panel tonight?
Well, I thought it would have been interesting to mention Dougie Freedman properly because.
Well, yeah, go on ahead, go on, because take us away from what Billy was talking about, because we'll have the Portuguese police at the door very shortly.
Well, it's Craig Hope and a few others have obviously mentioned that he's there's people internally within the club seem to prefer him as a choice. So obviously we've done a deep dive into lots of different potential director of footballs, technical directors, sporting directors, whatever label we're going to give them. They're all doing roughly the same thing. And this seems to be the first that's really kind of pushed any further. Oh, the dog wants to bark. So this is the first time we've seen any sort of noise from an internal preference from within the club. So it seems like Dougie Freedman is the favourite at the moment from inside, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, he is employed. He's not one of these that's available, so there would be compensation involved. There'd have to be negotiations.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
A lot of people were very 50-50 when we did the show on him the other day, though. So
there were actually, yeah.
Potential gardening leave as well, isn't there? Which could.
Oh, not again.
Well, it could, couldn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, Palace are well within the rights. If it's, of course, it depends what's in Dougie Freeman's contract, isn't it? I mean, if sort of a notice period is required, it could well be like the Dan Ashworth saga all over again.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting. Degsy wants to know what height I am. Sam, you've met me. Alex, you've met me. Billy, I've been to your house, and did a through the keyhole thing, of course. But
steady on, Juggernaut.
I'm in Juggernaut. Is that what you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm teeny tiny. I'm fun size, and you just look ginormous. And I was on a step, and I was like, "Hey, Paul."
Yeah.
To be fair, there is a picture of me taller than Paul that somebody took at the game. Somebody was sat up in like level 7 and took a picture of us.
Alex, from level 7, you would look tall, right? But when
no, we were stood at the Leazers. It was during the Cellar Cup.
You're that small, Alex, that people start talking about you thinking you're over the other side of the room when you're only a foot away from them. So, it's not your fault, mate. How rude, she says. I've got to get my own back at some point, Mark says, great shirt, Sam. That was my first Newcastle United shirt when I was 5 years old. One of my favourites.
Do you know the funny thing is
still my junior.
Whenever we go to the ground anymore, if there's anybody new who meets us, everybody goes, "Oh my God, Alex, you're not actually small." Because everybody believes Paul when we do live shows. Everybody meets me, goes, "Oh my God, Paul's just really tall," and everyone else is like normal sized.
Well, no, people actually thought that I was small because they think, "Oh, you sit very low in your seat when you're on screen." So people would come up to me and have to sort of look up at me or climb a step ladder to speak face to face at me and say, "Oh, but you're much taller than you look on screen." I mean, it's a little box. You know what I mean? Who is that?
You do have a supervillain seat though, don't you? Like you look like your next time gadget.
Sensible, Monica. That's not very nice thing to say. You're right, mind, but it's not a very nice thing to say.
I just see it.
5'10" standing up, 6'12" lying down.
Well, it depends if you've got the Australian redhead next to you, Billy. Then I suppose the inches go a few higher.
6'13" then.
We test now. Look on a Friday, week after week. Love it.
Yes. Norvik, thank you for being a member for 28 months. Staggering. Norvik is, of course, one of our mods as well. Can any of you see Spurs dropping enough points for us to take 5th place?
They were the better side last night, even though they lost 2-0. The defence has gone a bit AWOL of late.
Yeah, I still can't see. I can't see us catching Spurs. I think sixth is what we should be aiming for, and hopefully, we'll get.
Them 2 points that Paul Dummett threw away might be the difference between us catching Spurs or not.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, more shame on him for that wrestling challenge. But I did see a comment. Mix is there. The miners triumph about West Auckland winning the first World Cup. That is a good book, actually, Alex. You probably enjoy that. West Auckland's obviously a place very close up here to me. So, there is a fantastic backstory about West Auckland.
A Miner's Tale was on TV, wasn't it? Many years ago.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend that one, Alex.
I'll tell you one guy, Alex Garincha's autobiography, or it might not be an autobiography, but about Garincha. It's a fantastic read. A really, really good read.
Can I just say as well, this isn't football related, Alex, but Richard Hammond's autobiography is a fabulous read about how he got into the car scene and then after his accident and stuff like that. It's a brilliant book and what he went through.
The windscreen.
Well, he didn't go through windscreen, did he? He didn't go through windscreen. He toppled over, didn't he, and landed on his head. It wasn't very nice. Cynical Jim, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Paul, are you the kind of man mountain that stopped me playing ice hockey? Plus, I was shit. Probably, yeah. I did enjoy, just people trying to knock me over on the ice and falling off me. But, that was an advantage. Tom says, Billy's Australian Reds. Is this going to be one of Billy's forthcoming tales?
No. It's a fantastic good one tonight, though.
Oh God!
Maybe that's a Patreon. You've got to pay extra for that one.
Yeah, possibly yes. Clive says Roy of the Rovers. Oh, I used to love Roy of the Rovers. My granddad used to get me Roy of the Rovers. Every time I went over Sunday dinner, he always got it for me on the Saturday before we came over. I used to love that. And do you know, I don't know whether you can remember this, Billy, but there was one story in Roy of the Rovers that lives with me to this day. Do you remember the bus crash?
Yes.
That's haunted me to this day. I mean,
those things happened to me. They had landslides, had the ground.
Yeah.
His wife got killed, didn't she, Penny?
Yeah. But that for some reason, the bus crash, it stuck with me.
Was that in Saudi Arabia or somewhere that they pretended it was Saudi Arabia?
Somewhere like that, yeah. It was. They were on tour somewhere. It was really crazy for a comic book to put something like that in. But then again, you're right, Billy. They did put there was a lot of stuff happened.
Is anybody else hearing a duck instead of a pug?
Yes, but I can vouch for Sam because pugs do sound very much like ducks when they start yapping.
I'm muted.
I could squeeze one out. And no one knows.
No, Billy, no. Please don't. No.
It's probably Billy.
No, there has been a couple of pug snorts when Sam's mic's been on, and it does. They do sound like ducks.
Oh, when my mic's on, it'll definitely be me.
Absolutely.
A really good book which I loved, Billy. Because May the 4th is upon us. May the force be with you.
Yes.
Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher is an amazing biography. Please do check that out. It's
Who?
very amusing. Carrie Fisher.
Oh,
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia. Yeah.
Eddie Fisher's daughter, weren't she? Was Eddie Fisher's daughter?
I think so. Yeah.
Who was once married to Liz Taylor, but it's not Liz Taylor.
Yes,
really.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Toon Gamer, thank you for your super chat. Match Fit book on mental health in football, Alex.
Match Fit. I'll write it down. Thank you.
I mean, that don't sound great poolside reading to me, I've got to be honest.
You
want some biographies, don't you? That's what you want.
I know,
I was thinking even more boring than that. I was going to go into sort of modern tactics and formations and shapes and what managers do and coaches do. I like that kind of stuff.
Oh, right.
Idea, Alex, you should actually write this. It's not available. It's not on the market, and you're amazing at this type of thing.
I don't know enough about that.
Yeah.
You're a man. Back yourself. You're amazing.
PAB, there's just no need for that kind of shit on a Friday night. Anyway, by the way, Billy, what do you make of Nobby Solano, new appointed manager of Blythe Spartans?
It's a fantastic coup for Blythe Spartans.
Absolutely.
And it just shows how much Nobby Solano loves the area, doesn't it? I mean, is he
yeah.
involved in Newcastle United? I mean, I think he is, isn't he, in some coaching capacity?
Well, I'm not sure he's a coach. I
or
think he's one
youth
of
team
sort
or
of
something like that.
ambassadorial role.
Anyway, it's a fantastic coup for Blythe Spartans, and hopefully he can do a really good job there. And redeem them to former glories because they're kind of suffering at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, they got relegated from the Vanarama North. I think they got relegated the last day of the season. It was me and Alex were talking about these earlier on today. It just there's some really positive stuff going on in the Northeast with the non-league sides. Apart from obviously what's going on with Gateshead, but they've still got the FA Trophy fight. Is it FA Vars or FA Trophy? I can't remember. One of them. They're at Wembley against Solihull. You've got South Shields who just missed it. Is Donald Duck in the house or what? There's definitely... Billy, have you got a quack machine or something going on?
Absolutely not.
Well, Sam's mic's on mute, and how can I hear a pug barking? Or a duck quacking? Something's going on here.
It's certainly me.
Alex, you're laughing. Is it you? Because I'm getting
It's not me. It's not me.
Hey, Billy, I think you'll remember when we did a live. You were a guest on the show. And we were doing a live, and suddenly Peter Proudlock's voice came out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
That was really strange. Peter wasn't even on the show, and we heard him talking. It was. I mean, those things went on, and then a bat flew in my bedroom. So I don't know what
no, it didn't.
Sam, if you haven't seen that episode, you need to go and see it, man. It was absolutely hilarious.
Susan.
No, this is before I moved in with Susan. There was something enormous flew through the window, which I can only describe as a bat. It flew behind the green screen and simply vanished, never to be seen again. So I've no idea. Leanne says Paul is not small; he is extremely tall. Well, Leanne will remember me from when I was 20-odd-year-old, from Whitley Bay in the hockey team, of course. So, good evening, Leanne. Hope you're well. I can confirm Alex's average size for a garden gnome is, yeah.
In fact, Tom, I thought you were really tall.
Tom's not tall.
Tom was tall. Tom was tall.
Small.
Tom was tall to me.
Tom thinks your average size, though. What's average size, though? Unless he was stood next to you in the Gallagher Trough.
It's like what 5? What's the average height of a guy in the UK? Like 5'9", 5'10", something like that.
No, 6'5", Alex.
If that is average, then I'm just above average.
What, lying down
Not
or standing
a bad place
up?
to be, Billy.
Just above the median. Yeah, I'm about 5'11". 11.
Jens, thank you very much for your super chat. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to say the rant Sam had a few. I'll start again. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to say the rant Sam had a few weeks ago. It was freaking epic. Oh Lord, you should work for Newcastle United. Cheers, all. Well, if you did work for Newcastle United, maybe you'll have got back to me quicker with my email, Sam. But
burn, right?
Oh, yes. Paul says, I've often wondered if Paul turned his green screen off. His lass is laid on the couch in the background eating crisps, watching TV. No, because I'm in the studio.
Do you remember John Sinclair when his girlfriend was on the...
Oh, God.
In a negligee.
Oh.
Yeah, Send links, please.
He's had some classics, bless him. I remember when that guy, his neighbour was banging on the door.
Yeah.
He was simply just talking on a show. And he was getting done noise control. Oh, dear. Right. Wacky Angler says, you need a strong finish to the end of the season. More difficult with Schar out now. Hey, we're fine. We got, you know.
Are we? Are we fine? Can we discuss this? Can we just delve into some football conversation? Because
absolutely.
Are we really fine? Because I'm not so sure.
Well, we spoke about this earlier on today, Alex, in the live show this morning, and we weren't too fussed, were we? I mean, we think Kraft can do a job till the end of the season, but I mean, if you go for,
I mean, that's not what I said. But I said that he did well for the 45 minutes we saw him.
Well, yes, but
I'm a little bit nervous about 4 more 90-minute periods because he's not a centre half.
Look,
I think
we'll
he might
be fine.
okay against
We'll be
Burnley.
fine. And if anything, Schar will be back. He's already said. So we just have to go for. I mean, who do you believe here, the manager or the player? I don't know.
Can we validate the source of the player saying that?
Haven't been able to find
But
it
you know
yet.
what? Then again, it comes down to the problem that we've had with Botman. Botman thinking, "Oh, absolutely, I'm fine," but actually contradicting medical opinions because I'm not going to overstep my mark here, but one of the sides, either the Newcastle medical team or the independent medical team, said that he did not need surgery. Mm-hmm. Player left down to make the decision, didn't take the decision to take surgery, and here we are.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. It is a very good point. We have a super chat from Sensible Monica. Thank you very much. I will double this contribution if Billy does tomorrow's commentary in a negligee.
I don't think Anselm was doing my size, to be fair. But there was a word. I've got a pair of Quatcher's boxers on, but they're not really. They're back to front.
Where would you go for your negligee, Billy? Millets?
Oh, they're just worn out, Billy.
Evans.
Hey, that's terrible. I've got to get something back on a Friday. Christ. Alexander says, "Hey, Paul, your chair was ordered. Thank you very much, my friend. My newborn has been keeping me up while listening to you lot. Your new fan, Killian. Oh, that's great news, Alexander. Thank you very much, and I hope you're enjoying your new little one. I know the sleepless nights are difficult, but by God, it changes your life. They really do, and it stops you having to read boring books when you're on holiday as well." PAB says it was a compliment. Well, calling me Baloo was a compliment.
King of the Swingers.
Well, I mean,
what's your car keys?
That's what they used to call me back in the day, King of the Swingers, I tell you.
Oh.
Talk about elephant trunks.
That's
why Susan calls me the stallion. Susan!
I was talking more car keys in the bowl.
Not that kind of swingers, Billy. I mean,
dost thou protest too much?
No. Anyway, I'm going to put the link up to bring some guys on. So if you are wanting to come on tonight, God knows why you would.
Please do break this madness.
Break the madness, yes. But before we do, we'll do this. Who are you shaming this week, Stat?
I mean, I don't know. There's so many choices. I've not really prepared a concrete option. I just don't like so many people.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably just going to go for Ten Hag again. I'm just going to go for the low-hanging fruit. Why not? I mean, just Manchester United as a collective. I just think they're unprofessional, spiteful, just bizarre, and I don't know why they're the media darlings. It's just treating staff strangely. There's loads of nonsense going around today that Ratcliffe has emailed a bunch of everyone at the club about cleanliness, and it wasn't tidy. Like the youth players' dressing room and the IT department. I just don't like him. I think they're all weird. I think they're all strange. They're very entitled. If this kind of mentality would have been appropriate when Sir Alex Ferguson left, because they were still giants of the game. You know, clean house straight away, make sure it's in tip-top shape. But it's bizarre that you know they need to ramp this up carefully, not carefully, but in the right time frame. They can't just suddenly say, right, 10 years later, boom, we're going to flick a switch and suddenly we're perfect right now. Everybody needs to treat us like we're the biggest club in the world right now again, and everybody needs to respect us. You've lost that respect from everyone in the world. Like, we never liked Manchester United, but 10 years ago, at least we respected them because we knew they were a fantastic institution and they were very good. Yeah. But now, 10 years down, well, that's by the by, but 10 years down the line, they've lost all of that, but they're still demanding the same respect from everybody. And it's just week after week after week. I'm just bored of it. You've got the highest wage bill in the Premier League, and they're crap. They should be mid-table. They're just getting points because people just bottle it against the badge for some reason. They're awful to watch. You know, they're overpaying for everyone left, right, and center. They're ruining players. Look at how good Jadon Sancho is at Dortmund.
Yeah.
I mean, coincidence? I don't think so anymore, because it just seems to be people. It's Manchester United. It's just a toxic club, and I think they should have gone in and done this again, the appropriate time frame. Go in and say, look, we'd like to return Manchester United to what it was. We're going to change a few bits. We're going to try and be more professional. But instead, they've just come out in interviews and just said, oh, we're the biggest club in the world and you need to respect us now. And guarding leave is silly and employment law sucks. No, Jim. That's how it works. Sorry, mate. It's just ridiculous. And they're a bit of a laughing stock. And I'm bored of them getting so much media attention because it's just a joke.
Yeah.
I'm just done with Manchester United in general at the moment. So.
Fair enough. Right, we have interesting comment from PAB saying, is Adam P small? He looks tiny. Never seen him in real life. Yeah, Adam's very tiny. He's about 2 inches taller than Alex.
He's the same height as me, actually.
Sam's going to get her dad a drink, so she'll be back very soon. By the way, there's a lot of ladies in the chat tonight putting their heights, and they seem to be adding a half on. Literally everyone. Of the
like FB ref, they add a half on to everybody.
Well, yeah, just
this bloke's been doing that for years, haven't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely right. Well, actually, we've got some guests in the green room. Mr. Allard is the first one, the new father himself.
Yeah, back to new eyes, yeah, Alex.
It's my second son. My first one, his name is Nikolai. So his name is Nico and Kellyan. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you in the car?
I am, because I went to go pick up some Chinese.
The crying.
But yeah, look, I even got the diapers and everything in the back.
Wow, there you go. Listen, you look quite sprucely for having a newborn. I'll give you that. It's a hard job. But what do you want to chat about anyway?
Nothing really in particular, other than that. Aside from the season that we've had, I feel like we've had a pretty decent season. I think a lot of us probably expected us to be at this point, just not, I guess, going down on so many games that we could have won. All the coulda, shoulda, woulda, it's already done now. I think most of us are really excited for the end of the season. Like, I know I am. I'm waiting for the transfer rumors and all that stuff to come to fruition. And I'm also, I don't know if you guys remember this last year, but I was also, while I was in med school, I was a UPS driver, and I remember I used to call out Stato a lot to see if me and him can have a challenge on stats. Ooh. He never took me up on my offer.
Oh,
that sounds good.
Well,
I mean, I'm here.
Well, not now, but what we can do is set up a little bit of a challenge. Get Alex back on one of the shows, and we can have a stat off.
Sure can.
Absolutely. That should be what we'll do. Is we'll wait till the season finishes, Alex, and then we'll bring you back on in one of the shows during the summer, and we'll have a stat off. That could be quite interesting. I mean, he's confident, Stato. He's confident that he can get one over you here.
I mean,
to be honest, I don't think it's a bad thing. I like it. We want more people to be interested in data in football, because instead of people just saying, he's bad at crossing the ball. Are you sure? Have you checked? Do you know that? Or have you watched 2 matches? So it's fine. It's good. We want people to like data.
Yeah, especially since I work night shifts at the hospital. So all I'm listening to most of the time, and if I'm not with patients, I'm looking at stats on, the Champions League, teams around us like Nottingham Forest, Luton Town, seeing who we could potentially get, because, like I've had people tell me, why would you get a free agent for nothing? And I'm like, there's nothing better than free. And somebody's trash it could be our treasure. I mean, you never look at Fabian Schar. He was not ideal, but he came in, and Eddie Howe came in and did the job and got the best out of him. I think it bases, players play well on, I want to say, certain formations. Like, you can't take I want to say you can't take Wilson and put him in the lineup with, let's say, Liverpool, who just fancy just going straight forward. He's not that kind of forward. He likes to get dirty. Whereas you see, other players like
So does Billy.
like I feel like people just underestimate what free really means, and they undervalue it big time.
We've had some good free transfers. Demba Ba was free.
He was free, and he was a great signing for the moment. But it's just I don't know. I guess I like to.
Kylian Mbappe is about to be free. Would you say no to him?
So who?
Kylian Mbappe is literally about to be free. So
you say free. You say free.
We say free.
We
Plus
say
the
free.
£20 million signing bonus.
Yeah, he's not really free, is he? Let's be honest. Right. Sophia says an extra half-inch can be very important, Paul. I mean, fair enough. Anyway, you make sure you get recovered, and we're all fighting for you, Sophia. So all our thoughts are with you. So keep battling and keep in the chat. Keep with us and stay in touch and let us know how you are, because we're all rooting for you, 100%. Peter, good evening.
All right.
Hello, PDP.
The voice that goes on people's channels without him actually being there.
Where did this come from?
I don't know, Peter, but it was like you were on a show. I remember it distinctly, because we were all looking around thinking. Yeah. Even people in the chat.
Do you not remember that, Peter? Were you not here? No, I think you were on a fan forum, and I think you left to start your own show, but then we could hear your voice on our show.
Weird. It was
even though you weren't here. I don't know. The universe just broke inside.
Yeah, you're gone. It was the strangest thing ever. It was really weird. God. But hey, that's just the way it is. That's the way it is. Ben says the ladies are on one tonight. It seems so, but it is Friday. Niall puts a lovely comment in. Sophia, but you're our troublemaker, indeed. Hello from Saudi Arabia, from KSA, man. Hello. Hope you're well out there in Saudi. Daniil says, Alex has converted me into the world of stats. If interpreted properly, stats are a great tool. Well, I agree, Daniil. Absolutely. I agree that Alex is a large tool. Anyway, Tristan,
I'm looking
saw
forward
you.
to this stat head-to-head mine. This needs to happen.
Yes, it's building.
Email
I
in.
have some interesting stat questions today.
We could probably still.
No, not stat questions.
Oh, I forgot.
We have the perfect man to answer the stat questions. There
ask him then. Ask him.
Well, go on. Ask him a stat. While he's
I've got it's the quiz questions. You want me to do?
Oh, you can't take the quiz questions. No,
Alex, go on.
Billy,
I have 15 of them, so we've got.
Billy just doesn't want to embarrass himself. Alex, before you go, what's your prediction for tomorrow?
I'm gonna say 5-1.
Wow.
I feel like Isak will finally get his hat trick that he's been desperately trying to get.
Hey, listen, man, if you're right, then absolutely fantastic. Listen, we'll let you go and attend to your young one, matey. Give your family all our love and congratulations again, and we'll speak very soon.
All righty, thank you. You guys have a good one.
All right, take it easy, man. Good night. He's a real gent, is Alex. He really is.
He is.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, we could, you know, if that twat next to me keeps working himself, I can replace an Alex with an Alex and still a Stato. So, you know, we're not losing out.
Window.
Yeah, indeed.
Sorry, my contract's still got 5 years on it. Don't worry. No release clauses.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask him a quiz question. Never mind. It saves me on postage.
That was what I was asking, because I've got quiz questions. You could have missed that one.
It saves me on postage. Anyway, it is now time for this, guys. Before we hear from Pete.
Oh my God! What is that?
It's sweeter than molasses. Shit got gliss on my wrist like a maverick.
It's time for Sam's wine, which is becoming a bit legendary now on a Friday night. So, who are you whining about tonight, Sam?
My goodness. Right. Okay. Well, as ever, we do the positives, because there needs to be a balance with every good wine. So positives, Toon Ban, suspended with a fine. Great news that we don't have any extra time on there. I don't know about anybody else, but I think this is going to be a massive positive to the squad side. I think we're all very excited to have him back, along with the huge news about the stadium, much anticipated, and I think the overwhelming majority wanted to stay at St James's due to the history, and I think that's a really fair point. I think the 6 months feasibility study that's been completed and presented to the board now with various different options. Now, this is all depending on the council extending that lease, which is currently set at 70 years. They do want the extension on that. Not to get too excited about the expansion, it's going up to approximately 70,000. I thought it would have been a little bit higher than that, but I think that's the maximum we can go with those grade listed buildings and all of that jazz. For me, I still think this might be actually a short-term option. I don't know what anybody else thinks of this, but extending as a short, medium term and maintain our commitments to the Euros, increase the revenue at the same time. But I think this might be with a view to this actually being our home side ground, but actually we're looking to develop elsewhere in a mega location where we can increase that global fan base when we are ready to do so. So I think there's some ambition there, which I think we've always wanted as a side. The wine, oh my goodness, Schar. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I don't know whether he's out for the season. It says it's a minor hamstring injury. Who knows? Run of games. We need to secure Europe. Kraft is our secondary option. He's experienced, but again, Schār's going to be an absolutely huge miss, and I think that he's never not shy on taking a shot on goal, which we've seen at the same time. He's a fantastic leader. He's got other commitments outside of the club as well, which are really, really fantastic to see. But it's going to be really disappointing not to have him to rely on. And again, I think it comes down to this bizarre tsunami of injuries, and we see some things saying, well, is it our uneven pitch? Well, it can't be the uneven pitch because we've played there.
It's not really that uneven, though. It's a little bang.
No,
it's not exactly.
It's not. I mean, there's people saying, yeah, it's marginal gains. Could it be the uneven pitch teamed with Eddie's style of play, teamed with Eddie's style of coaching? There's so many different variable factors which could be depending on the injury crisis that we have. I think what I really want to see is some type of communication on the output of the medical inquiry, because I don't think we've had too much communication, and arguably we've had the worst injuries ever across any Premier League club. And I just think it's really, really important that we get the answers so we can determine what that variable factor is, because so far we haven't had it. And finally, Arsenal, my goodness, please stop putting Isak in a red shirt. It's killing my soul. Stop. Just stop now.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. The amount of times we've seen it. Jimmy's with us as well, guys. Has joined us.
Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
So, Peter, what would you like to say?
Yeah, it's a bit to see this whole Fabian Schar injury. What do you believe? I mean, personally, he needs a break anyway. His performances.
I'd have to love myself.
Right, hang on a minute, because I need to put Tristan right. Tristan, yes, we did see the press conference,
yes,
and we
did.
do know what Eddie Howe said. Tristan, we did a live show this morning called Press Conference Reaction. Now, we're not going to do a show like that if we're not going to watch the press conference. However, what I will say to you is, since the press conference, there has been media releases of Fabian Schar doing an interview with Swiss media, claiming that the injury isn't too bad, and he will be playing for Newcastle before the end of the season, and that it's not a worry for the European Championships. Fabian Schar said that in an interview. That is why we're saying, who do you believe? Now, obviously, you haven't seen that media, just like you think we haven't seen the press conference, hence why we did a press conference reaction, Tristan. So that's why we're talking about it now, and we don't know, where is it coming from? Is it coming from Eddie? Is it coming from Fabian? Who is right? Who is wrong? Are the media just making this bullshit up to cause problems? Probably. But, this is just the way. So, yes, we did watch it, Tristan. Thank you. I need to put that point across. I'm not being arsey or anything. I'm just saying, we did watch it, but Fabian Schar has since apparently done an interview with Swiss media saying that he will be back before the end of the season. That's the only way. That's what we're talking about. Jimmy?
Yes.
Obviously out in the garden with your pet squirrels again. What would you like to say?
Well, I'm just going to harp on this because I don't speak for all Americans, just smart ones. NBC, quit fucking up the Premier League. We don't need games over here. We have way too much stuff going on live. NFL, MLB, basketball. La Liga is
NHL. Don't forget the NHL,
NHL,
Jimmy.
No, I have
NBA is the
because
funny acronym you made up for the basketball, by the way.
I have forgotten hockey because my Bruins are going to fuck me over again. So
I hate the Bruins.
and New York is going to win the cup.
You're damn right they are, Jimmy. Rangers for the cup this year. Absolutely. Just dismissed of Washington in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whitewashed them 4-0. The Rangers are heading for the title. Lord Stanley is coming to New York City, baby.
Yeah, good luck with the Rats, but we have La Liga has to do it because they can't secure a decent TV deal here. And there are far and away, and I couldn't say this 15 to 20 years ago, they are so far, the gap between the Premier League and La Liga is it's amazing. I mean, this is such a desperate attempt to grab some sort of foothold that maybe Apple might just kind of help them out with the deal, but the MLS one is going all to shit right now. Please, if you want to play preseason games, that's fine here. There's really nothing going on in this summer. We have other than MLB. That's fine.
Well, listen,
leave
I
the
don't know
game
what
to where it belongs.
I agree, Jimmy, but I have no idea what the fascination is in the Americans with the Major League Baseball. It's just an upgraded game of rounders. It's a pointless game. It's one of the most pointless games in the world. I do not get it. And when they say, when they do the playoffs for the baseball, they always call it the World Championship. It's not. America is a part of the world.
I think you'll find they call it the World Series, but yeah, that's fine.
It's the same thing, you tosser. Listen.
I mean, you look at where it's played here, Central America and Japan and Korea.
I actually like baseball, but I agree it's not a world sport.
Surprise, isn't it? What a surprise. The book monster wants to watch baseball. Why don't you?
I like all sport. It's amazing. Sport's
Why
great.
don't you go on holiday, Alex, and get the pool right next to right next to a baseball pitch and read your book at the same time? It couldn't get any more boring than that.
Well, it's like cricket.
You can go to cricket. It's more boring than baseball.
It's the same with cricket, but
Jimmy, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
But I enjoy any sport where I could sit back and have a beer for, I guess, 12 hours?
Well, it goes on forever, man. Baseball and cricket. I mean, Jesus. Craig says, new to the chat, great debates and honest reviews. Got to thank my wife, Laura, for introducing me to your channel. How are the lads? Thank you, Craig, and thank you, Laura. Much appreciated. Right, Peter, tomorrow's... Oh, hang on. We've got a super chat from Dr. House. Hi, everyone. Love the channel as always. You are the best. Newcastle fan channel, guys. I agree, Paul. Thank you very much. Most people do agree with me because, as people know, I am the voice of reason and maturity on the Toon Review, and I am very rarely wrong, but I'm always right. Anyway, Pete, tomorrow's game. How are you feeling about it?
This is not going to be easy, as what some people think it's going to be easy. Burnley are going to be right up for this. They are a team battling to try and stay in the Premier League. And if we start this game off very slowly or very, very poor, it could be a worry. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. But we need to start the game strong. We've got an almighty chance. We've won the last 2 games at Turf Moor, I believe, as well. We need a strong start. If we have a slow start, and considering how our form is at the moment, not the greatest, Burnley could really take the game to us if we are not careful.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen Harker says Alex wants a pipe and slippers. I mean, I can't disagree with that. Tristan says if it's a groin strain, it stops you from playing active football. Well, it would, but it's a hamstring, so it's not the groin. I mean, yeah.
Just typing the reverse of truth at this point.
Oh, I mean, I don't know whether you watched the press conference, Tristan Ginger, but that is the, that's, anyway, what's your score prediction, Pete?
I'll still think we'll win, but it's going to be 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle. And have you got your show tonight?
Absolutely. And Sam's introducing her dad to my show. All I can say is God help his soul.
God help your soul.
I have given adequate warning. I was like, hey, Dad, I watch this show every Friday after I do the Toon review. And he's like, all right, what is it? And I was like, I'm just going to have to show you for you to understand.
Very... I mean, he calls it a football show, but it's
blame the people in the comments is all I can say.
We'll get people to come across to you once we're done, Pete.
No problem, guys.
All right, man. Good night.
See you later.
Good night, Pete.
So there was Pete. We got another super chat in from Spike Milligan. Says American football. When do they use their foot? Well, the punt and the kick into the over the
once every so often.
I mean, it's not American football, is it? It's just not. It's. I mean, they called it gridiron as well. I mean, what the hell's gridiron? You know what I mean? It's mental. Anyway, it is now time in the show for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's Billy.
It is, of course, the legendary Billy's beef.
That is so disturbing. It's like if Buddha was in a strip club twerking on you.
Before you start, Billy, I just want to read this comment out from Fubar Steve because it's tremendous. He says, you can just tell Alex uses super unleaded when he fills the car up. He's that posh. No way would he use that peasant juice.
Well, my car doesn't require super unleaded, so absolutely not.
Anyway, take it away, Billy.
It's a kind of follow-on from Billy's beef I did the other week, where Emi Martinez acted like a right twat in a game against. I think it was against Alex. I've forgotten who it was against. Was it Lille?
What was this?
When Martinez was shushing the crowd and all that, was it Lille they were playing against? I think it was, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah.
Was it Rennes? It was one of the two, wasn't it?
It was a French club.
Anyway, he acted a right twat and celebrating, thinking they were going to win that tournament. And yesterday they played the first leg of the semi-final at home to Olympiacos and had their asses kicked 4-2. Yeah. Mr. Martinez, not quite so cocky yesterday. Aston Villa fans, and there's quite a few around here actually saying how much they're going to win a European trophy. What they've actually done is they've entered the worst competition in European football and they're going to fail. I know they're only halfway through, but they have to go to Greece now. Embarrassing, actually, I'd say. Any English club entering that tournament should be winning it. Simple as that. And Aston Villa have been an absolute catastrophe in it. So my Billy's beef this week is Aston Villa Football Club.
There you go. Aston Villa Football Club. It couldn't get any better than that. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to bring, there's 3 more people waiting to come on. So because we're pushed for time, I'm going to bring them on, get the predictions, and ask them a question because I think that's the fairest way of doing it. So we've got Mason, Lawrence, and Harry. Harry and Jimmy cross paths again. Jimmy, would you like to apologize to young Harry for your disgraceful behavior when he beat you in the quiz a few months ago? You have an opportunity now, as he's on screen with you, for a full apology.
I am sorry that I disgraced you, and I really hope you're enjoying puberty.
Yes.
Take the rag from underneath the bed,
Jimmy,
and wash it.
Jimmy.
No one wants to see a nut rag. But I am sorry.
Bless him. Look, Harry's too much of a nice kid to worry about your disgusting stuff. Anyway,
Harry's gorgeous.
Yes, he is. We love Harry on this channel. What's your prediction for tomorrow, Jimmy?
If we start slow, 2-1, Toon. If we score the first goal, it's over.
Ooh, it's
4 or
over.
5-1.
Okay, right. Right. Do you want your quiz question, Jimmy?
No. I'm doing everyone a favor. No.
No, you're not going against Harry and embarrassing yourself again.
Look, I've already embarrassed myself enough on this show. I'm good.
Okay. Well, make sure you get back on next week, Jimmy, because we miss you, man.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. You guys are great. And you too, Sam.
Yeah, well, Sam always gets the... Why does everybody say, oh, you guys are great, and you too, Sam? Just so they can mention Sam. Oh, Sam's great, Sam's lovely, Sam's amazing.
It's the differentiation between lads and ladies, please.
Bollocks.
Like,
just call everyone guy.
back off, Paul.
And
you guys.
And you guys are ugly as shit.
Well, I mean... Jeez. Do you know what? Sam's proper aggressive on a Friday, isn't she?
Beauty to the program.
Oh, kiss my ass, Jimmy. Anyway, get back to your squirrels, mate, and we'll speak soon.
Bye,
Okay.
Jimmy.
See you, Jimmy.
Love you, man. Love you, man. Take care.
You.
Bye.
Oh, dear God. Sometimes you just don't know what he's going to... He's like the American version of Billy. You just don't know what's coming out of his mouth next. Lawrence, good evening.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, Lawrence.
Well, obviously, tomorrow's game, how do you think it's going to go?
I'm going to say 2-1 Newcastle. It's not going to be an easy game. Burnley, they've been a lot better the last couple of months. I mean, they might have left this unbeaten run the pads and a bit too late for survival, but they've got results which have actually helped us. Drawn against West Ham, Chelsea, Man United, even Brighton. Yeah, I'm going to say we'll get the win, even though it won't be an easy game.
Yeah. So you're going 2-1, yeah?
Yep.
By the way, guys, I think I've upset Tristan. Did you try and just insult me by calling me? Absolutely not. I've no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, do you want your question, Lawrence?
Yep.
Right. Okay, here we go. Which league did Newcastle United originally play in? Was it the Combination League, the Football Alliance, the Northern League, or the Football League?
The Northern League.
You're going with the Northern League. You are correct with the Northern League. Well done. Who have we just lost? We lost Sam again there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Your second question, and this is to win a prize. The club played its first match at St. James's Park against which club? Was it? No, actually, they don't give me any suggestions. So which club did they play the first game against, Lawrence, at St. James's Park?
Oh, man.
Five, four, three.
Middlesbrough.
Does anybody want to take a punt?
Sunderland, eh?
Yeah, I was going to say Sunderland.
It was Celtic.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for trying, Lawrence. We'll catch up
Thank you,
next
guys.
time, matey. Thank you. Right, Mason, good evening.
Hello.
I mean, do you want to be any more motivated?
Good evening.
Good evening. You have a chance of winning a fantastic prize, Mason. Where's the energy here?
I mean, you don't like Book's post. Why should he be excited?
True. Oh, I have a Welsh question
Preach.
for Mason, if you want me to give it.
Well, hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I want his view on the game tomorrow, Mason. How do you think it's going to go?
I think if we played like what we did in the second half against Sheffield United, I think we'll comfortably beat them 4-1.
Ooh,
What if we play like we did in the first half, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, but because with the way Burnley have been playing, I feel like they'll battle us.
Interesting. Anyway, here is your first question, Mason. When I find it. Oh, do you know what? There was 2 pages stuck together. I do have the options for that last question, but never mind.
Why are the pages stuck together? Surely not.
Just sweaty fingers, Billy.
Hi,
Anyway,
it's me, Dad. Oh, what a guy.
Yeah, I can't see your dad's hand for his mustache. Anyway, are you ready, Mason?
Yes.
Right. What was the club's original crest design? Was it a boat on the River Tyne, a lion holding a sword, a magpie, or Newcastle upon Tyne's coat of arms?
Newcastle upon Tyne's coat of arms.
You are correct indeed. Well done. Right. This to win a prize, Mason. What was the outcome of the team's first match at St. James's Park? Was it a draw, a win, a 2-2 draw, or a loss? I don't know what the difference is between a draw and a 2-2 draw, but never mind.
2-2 draw.
It was a 1-0 loss, Mason. So close. Ooh. But thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, bye. See you later.
See you, Mason.
Now we're left with Harry, the star of the show, the man who makes Jimmy shrivel up like a prune every time he has to go against him, and just it cannot win. How do you think it's going to go tomorrow, Harry?
Pretty much like most other people said, if we start cooking, get out of the box and have the right attitude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think we'll blow them away, but we'll definitely have we'll definitely get a couple of goals. But if we start slow and just kind of get our own half, I can see us struggling, not losing, but possibly a draw. But I'm gonna be confident and say 2-0.
Good lad. That's what we like to hear. Right, are you ready for your first question, Harry?
Yeah.
The team has played its home games at St. James's Park since the club was founded. Is that true or false?
False.
It's true, Harry. Oh, Harry's on a bad run of these quiz questions at the minute. He really is. I mean, I could have asked you a lot harder one. You had a 50-50 chance, Harry, and you blew it again. I mean, that's twice you blew it now. Opportunities go missing. But listen, thank you for coming on, Harry, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
See you, Harry.
Man. I mean, he's gutted. I mean, he has the opportunity to win prizes, and he blew it again. But anyway, it's just that's just what happens in quizzes.
Paul, I have a quick question for you.
Oh God.
How's Martha?
You've spoke to Susan, haven't you?
Have I? I don't know.
I know for a fact you wouldn't ask me that unless you'd spoken to my good lady. How dare you?
Answer the damn question.
Yeah, Paul, how's Martha?
How's Martha?
No, don't even mention that name to me, right? Because no, absolutely not. I'm not having it. I've got goosebumps now because it's freaked me out that much. No. Absolutely not. And Susan, shame on you for liaising with that woman on a Friday night, knowing that she would ask me that. Shame on you.
I used to go out with a girl called Martha many years ago, strangely enough.
Well,
her surname was Farker.
Jesus Christ. Oh, look, I seriously, there's a show I watched yesterday and I've been destroyed by it. absolutely mortified by it, to the point where I actually got up and went to bed because I couldn't watch any more of it.
What was it?
It was Baby Reindeer or something shite like that. I've no idea. It's got like brilliant scores on IMDb, and it's been talked about all over the place. I watched it. I was A, bored out of my life, and B, horrified. Horrified.
How can you be both?
Or when you watch that, you can be anything.
So it's books and movies now, Paul.
No, it's not a movie. It's not a movie, Alex. It's a show. It's just seven episodes, and it's the most hideous thing ever. And I mean the fact that, well, this Martha looks like that fucking Scottish singer. What's her name?
Lulu.
Not Lulu, you bellend. I mean, you know, the one that went with
Boyle.
Andy Stewart.
Susan Boyle. And
What's
there's a
wrong with
point
Susan
where
Boyle? John used to go out with her.
That's true. Anyway, thank you very much, Sam, and thank you, Susan. You're both disgraceful and should hang your heads in shame for putting that on me. Now I've gone all of a cold shiver again now, and I think I might just lock myself in this studio in case like stalkers are waiting outside.
Great.
Jimmy, no, I don't just watch 70s porn at all. Thank you for that comment, though. Anyway, Daniil says, I've heard of it. Not for me. Daniil, please don't ruin your life. Don't ruin your life. You will not want to go out your front door either. And you will not want to. No,
it's
you will
be
not.
Really good.
No, you'll not want to look at your gentleman's sausage ever again in the same way, right? I'm telling you now. It's not
a gentleman's sausage.
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Listen,
is that
gentleman's.
What you refer to it as? Oh my goodness!
No,
I'm scarred.
I am being nice, right? But if you don't want to see gentlemen's sausages put in places, then please don't. Or people doing things with sausages that you don't want to see, please don't watch it.
Are you advertising for RedTube? Porno?
No, I'm not.
To be fair, I can only see half my gentleman's sausage anyway, so. I'll be able to watch it.
Thank you, Ange Mag. Thank you. It's a hard watch, especially as it's a true story. Exactly. It's a very hard watch. I mean, the first 3 episodes, how I got through them, I do not know. Don't mention beef curtains to me, please. No. You've watched it, Stu. You've watched it. You know. That's why you've put that comment in there. Oh, God almighty. I've gone all goosebumps again. Thanks, Sam. You've destroyed me Friday night now. Oh, look at that. Your bugger's off just as a... We'll wait for Sam to come on before we start the quizzes because she's not getting away with this at all. But, you know, you want to have a traumatic experience, go and watch Baby Reindeer, please. Just go and watch it.
It will give it a miss, I think.
Yes, Billy. It's, you know, I would rather watch Peppa Pig, if I'm openly honest, than have to sit through that again. Anthony says it's very disturbing. Definitely won't watch that then, says Julie J. Anthony, I agree. It is disturbing, and it certainly doesn't make you sleep very easy. No, Niall, I'm not even putting that comment on the screen, but, you know, definitely not. I mean, Jamstasher, go and watch it, mate, but you'll be horrified, and you'll be bored out of your mind at the same time. It's one of those that it's that boring. You keep watching it. I mean, I was just expecting it. The worst thing about this is, right, this recommendation was a conversation between my eldest daughter and Susan. My eldest daughter told us to watch this, and that disturbs me, and I haven't spoken to her about it yet, but God damn it, I'm going to. Jesus Christ on a bike. Anyway, no, it's not. Trust me, Ben. No, not that kind of stuff. Anyway, now, Alex, I believe you've got a couple of questions for us before Billy's actual quiz tonight. So, do you want to start your questions with Billy?
Yeah, you can get a few bonus points from my questions if you want.
Okay.
Well, we'll do a couple for you guys. We'll wait for Sam to come back. But who wants to go first? Billy, do you want to start?
Yeah, go on, go. Hit it.
Right, there's one Premier League team this season Only one left that hasn't conceded an own goal. Who is it?
Interesting. I will say Crystal Palace.
Nope. Paul, do you want to have a crack for a point?
What was the question?
There's one team left in the league that haven't conceded or scored an own goal this year. Who is it?
In the Premier League?
In the Premier League.
Brentford.
It is Brentford.
How'd you know that?
He's definitely looked at the quiz before.
How have I looked at the quiz?
Well,
before?
it's a
I
point.
have no idea what you've got written down. I've just got it right.
Well done. It is a point.
Sam's laptop's crashed, so I don't know whether she'll make it back on, but conveniently before the quiz starts, of course. Alex, my question. Hang on, we've got a super chat from John Adams. Any thoughts on Tino playing centre back when Trippier is back? He won't do it.
I think he did it at Southampton.
Yeah, he's played. I think he has played a couple of times there, but nah, I can't see it happening. What's my question, Alex?
Right, so you got a multiple choice one. So who has kept more clean sheets this season? Man City, us, or Everton? And you can have a bonus point if you can tell me how many clean sheets from the winner of that as well.
It can't be Everton, unless this is a trick question. Do you know what, though? It might be Everton. I'm going to say Everton.
It is Everton with 12 clean sheets. They've got one more than Man City.
Wow.
Wow, there you go. Billy,
You
you're up
two
against it.
been conferring before the show or something?
No, Billy, I'm just shit hot, man. Get on with it.
Do you know how many?
12.
You just said 12.
Oh, did I actually say? Oh, no, let that slip then. Right, are we waiting for Sam to come back?
Sam's not going to come on. Davey, I know you're waiting in the green room, but we're too late, matey, because we're about to finish the show. Get yourself back on next week. Oh, hang on. What's he? Is that okay, mate? Spot on. Right. Yes, he's giving us the thumbs up. Right. We'll see Davey next week. Right.
We'll quick fire these then, so we can go to Billy's. I made 15, so let me rattle through a couple of them. Then we'll quick fire them.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, Billy. Who's got the most fouls per game in our squad at the moment? Out of the entire squad. Yeah, who fouls the most per game player?
Chat.
Nope. You can have one more guess, then it goes to Paul.
Burn.
Nope. Paul, any ideas?
Kieran Trippier.
No, it's actually Elliot Anderson.
Is it really?
Second and third is Bruno and Wilson.
Per game, all right.
Per game, yeah. Okay.
All right, Paul, your question.
Yep.
We will go for who's the dirtiest team in the league? So most fouls per match.
Most fouls per match. I'm going to put at. I'm going to say Nottingham Forest.
Nope.
Oh,
Billy.
I get it. No, hang on a minute.
You can have another guess. You can have another guess.
Well, I know Billy's just said Everton, but I'm not. I don't think it is Everton. I think it's. I will go for Crystal Palace.
Nope, not Palace either.
Who is it?
Well, let Billy have a crack.
I said Everton.
Oh, no, it's Bournemouth with 13.4. Dirtiest team in the league, apparently.
Guys, don't put any answers in the chat until the question's been answered, guys.
Ox was the only one that got it right, so it's fine.
It was, yeah.
If we go to a private chat, then we won't be able to see it, will we?
True.
That's a good point, yeah.
So Paul's currently got 2 points on the stats questions then, and Billy's on 0, so you'll get one more each, and then we can go to Billy's questions.
Okay.
Right, who is our most successful dribbler this season? Obviously, there's no Maxi left in the squad, so who's good at dribbling and completing their dribbles?
Is that per game or over the whole season?
That is per game, on average.
It's got to be Gordon.
Nope, Gordon is third on 1.5.
On dribbles per game?
Completed dribbles. Maxi was an anomaly, completing over 4. People just forget that.
Yeah, but he didn't have any end product to those dribbles.
Paul, you want to have a guess?
Billy gets another guess, doesn't he?
Well, go on, Billy. Try again.
Well, I'll just for the off chance I can't remember him being tackled very often, I'm going to say Livramento.
Nope.
Oh. Do you know what? I'm going to say Bruno.
It is Bruno, 2.1.
Yes! Come
Not
on!
because he's quick, it's because he just doesn't lose the ball very much. Bruno's definitely well up there. Isak is second with 1.8.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
All right, last question then. We'll go for a big one, just for some bonus points. We'll give you a funny one. We'll give you a really funny one. Right, you've got 9 Welshmen in the Premier League this year that have either scored a goal or assisted. If you can name 4 of them, 4 out of the 9, you can have a point.
Each.
Yeah, go on, why not? So I'll let Paul have a crack, and if he crashes and burns.
Oh, God almighty.
Welsh goals and assists. Kiefer Moore is 1. Yep. That's a point.
My mind's gone blank. I'm trying to see the Welsh squad.
Everton have a penalty against Luton.
No, he doesn't play. He's not in the Premier League, is he? I don't know, Alex. My mind's gone blank.
1 point to Paul. Billy, do you want to clean up?
Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, that's 1.
Ben Davies.
Yep, that's 2.
Welsh. Tom Lockyer.
Yep, that's 3.
4th. Let's see another Welsh player. So it's assist or a goal?
Yep, goal or assist. So it's nice and broad for you.
Welsh. Nico Williams?
Yep, for Forest, he's got 1.
Kiss my ass. Right, there you go. He's got 4. Right.
4 points to Billy then. So Billy's managed to bring it back. It's actually
5-4.
4-3. 4-3 to Billy.
Hey! No!
He's pulled it back.
I got 1 with Kiefer Moore, which took me on to 4.
Oh, no, it does. Okay, well, it's 4 all then. Well, I guess the tiebreaker happens with Billy's questions.
Honestly, that's the disgrace to humanity that you were trying to throw me out there. Right. Billy, Alex can go first.
Right. Okay. So, since Sam isn't here, we'll do 3 rounds. 3 rounds each, yeah?
Yeah.
Coolio, and some of them are easy. You'll both get the same amount of easy ones. So, the first one is 3 players, Stato, in 10 seconds who have played for Newcastle United and Manchester City. Off you go.
James Milner.
1. 10 seconds.
That's it.
Paul, can you think of any?
Stephen Ireland.
Yep.
And the defender, the centre back.
I've got another one as well. Did
Joey
Joey Barton play for City?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Joey Barton, there you go.
Joey Barton, man.
So you could have had Joey Barton, Peter
Bellamy,
Beardsley,
Shea Given.
Bellamy, Given.
Beardsley.
Oh, God, there's loads.
Lauren Charvet, Andy Cole, Sylvain Distan,
Distan was the one I was
Didi
thinking of,
Hamann,
yeah.
Steve Howie, Darren
There's
Huckabee,
bloody loads.
Stuart Pearce, Ray Ranson, Antoine Sibierski, or Tommy Wright.
I'll tell you what.
So there's quite a few there.
So we're going to get 1 each. I think my Barton one was a bit late, so.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Right.
Hang on. Somebody's just asked me if I missed a super chat then. I haven't missed a super chat. Definitely not.
So, Paul, for you, 3 and 10.
Yes, Billy.
Any player that's played for Newcastle United
and
Everton. Go.
Steve Watson.
1.
Peter Beardsley.
2.
10
seconds.
Shit.
Ryan Gosling.
Who?
Not Ryan Gosling.
Right.
That's the actor.
Ryan Gosling.
What was his first name? Gosling. Dan Gosling? Was that his name?
Dan Gosling.
Dan Gosling. Not
What did you
Ryan
want for
Gosling.
that?
That's
Right,
the
so
actor.
Anthony Gordon, man, for God's
Anthony
sake.
Gordon.
Anthony Gordon, of course.
Yeah,
You could have had loads, actually. There's the late
Bastoni.
Christian Atsu.
Yeah.
Sylvain Distan again. Duncan
Yeah.
Ferguson. Mark Hottigar. Salomon Rondon. Louis Sahar. Gary Speed. Andros Townsend. That's all those. I mean, quite a few against to choose
Christ
from.
on a bike.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
come on.
Gaza as well.
And Paul Gascoigne, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The next one is okay. This one's a little bit harder. So 3 and 10 Stato.
Yep.
3 players who have played for Newcastle United and PSV Eindhoven. Go.
Wijnaldum.
1.
Oh, the De Jongs came from Ajax. I don't think they played for PSV. Anita, did he ever play for PSV?
No.
Riviere.
10 seconds up.
Don't know.
Didn't Luke de Jong play for PSV?
He did.
I thought he did.
Oh, there you go. Well, I said De Jong.
No, you said I don't
Ajax.
think. No, you didn't.
I said did the De Jong brothers play, or did they only play for
Well, he's
Ajax?
not going to answer your question for you, is he, Alex? He's not going to turn and say, "Oh yeah, you said I don't think the De Jong brothers played for them," so that's not an answer.
Well, you could have had Patrick Van Aanholt, Luke and Siem de Jong, Patrick Kluivert, and Jetro Willems.
Siem de Jong played for him as well.
Yep.
I literally listed all of those people, but I thought I wasn't sure if they'd only played for Ajax.
Johan Kabay.
Not for PSV Eindhoven.
He did.
PSG, not PSV.
Oh, yes, PSG. What am I talking about?
Right.
Come
that
on,
one's
then.
a bit easier again. That one's a bit easier again. So we'll go to the hard one to have it level with Alex. Then we'll have 2 easy ones at the end. Right, Paul.
Yeah.
3 and 10. And this is quite hard. There's only 4 to choose from here. There's only 4 players you can mention 3 from.
Magic.
3 players that play for Newcastle United and AS Roma. Go.
Oh, fuck off, Billy. Pistoni.
No.
What's his name, man? The left back, man. What's he called? Oh my God!
10 seconds of all.
I hate this game.
Davide Santon's played.
Santon, man.
Correct. Any more stats, though?
Did Kluivert play for Roma?
No.
Sissoko?
No.
And Biwa?
Yes.
He's reading the chat, though.
You look at the comments, didn't you?
Of course
you
You've read them out in the order that they're in the chat.
Yeah, I'll look at them once the question's been finished.
You could have had Seydou Doumbia.
Oh, wow. Yeah, what a player.
But did he ever technically play for us? I'm not even sure he did.
Three games. 3 games were total of
3 games.
32 minutes.
Wow.
And
wow.
Jorginho Wijnaldum also.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah, he went through.
Right, come on, Alex's final one.
Right, so it's, the last 2 are going to be quite easy again because there's quite a few. So, Stato, 3 players that have played for Newcastle United in 10 seconds. And tomorrow's opponents, Burnley. Go.
Chris Wood, Jeff Hendrick.
Yep.
Nick Pope.
Yep, there you go. That's your 3.
Kieran Trippier.
Yeah, could I have Kieran Trippier? I'll give you a mark for that. Anyone else you can think of?
Ooh.
Okay, I'll read him out.
Barton.
Yeah, Joey Barton's 1. Stephen Caldwell, Andy Cole, David Edgar, Steve Harper, Paul Robinson. And that's the lot, yeah. So good round. Both of you did pretty well there. And to finish with, Paul.
Yeah.
3 and 10 Newcastle United players who have played for Newcastle United and Norwich City. Go.
Darren Huckabee.
1.
Why is my mind gone blank? What's his face? Oh, piss off! My mind's gone blank. I hate this game. Honestly, the defender.
10
Boom
seconds.
song.
Booms. No.
Boom song. But it begins with a B though. B.
But
I can't remember what his name is either. I know exactly who it is. I can't remember his name. He was okay, wasn't he?
I'll read the list out. It's Sebastian Bassong. You were thinking
Bassong,
of.
man.
The one.
Craig Bellamy, Gary Brady, Carl Court, Paul Dalglish, Wolf Fox, Jonas Gutierrez,
Will Fox,
Des Hamilton, Grant Hanley, Isaac Hayden,
Tim Krul as well,
Jamal Lewis, Jacob Murphy, Scott Parker, Matty Patterson, Kevin Scott, and Antoine Sibiers.
Oh, not many then.
Oh no! I mean, God. I mean, how bad are we? By the way,
anyway,
we've equalised.
The scores are: Stato has 15 and Paul has 13 after week 2 or week 3.
I don't like this game. It's amazing though how your mind goes blank when you put on the spot in it. It is incredible that you can sometimes you can see the player, but you just can't get the name out of your gob. It's unreal. Anyway, there is TTR Friday done and dusted for you guys.
Do you know what Billy's tales before we go?
Oh yes, absolutely. We end the show with the dulcet tones of Billy's Tales, which we will have an intro for in due course. But take it away, Mr. Trey.
Well, every family has kind of a black sheep in it and a bit of a rogue. And mine was my uncle Tom. He was a pretty dodgy geezer. And he was a bit dense with it. He was the worst. He was a bit of a criminal, but he was crap at it, and he got caught every single time he did it. But he had a soft spot for me for some reason. And for instance, he got me a job at a circus when I was about 14. And I was there for 8 years. I didn't have an act, but I was the only one that could get the tent in the bag. So that's why they kept me on for so long. And anyway, he'd been in prison. He'd come out, and within 2 days from being out, he was at it again. And he'd come to me in the pub, and I'd be 21 at this point. Come to the bar to me, he goes, Billy, I've done it. I've cracked it. It's the biggest job I've ever done. I was like, yeah, whatever, Tom. Come out to the car, I'll show you. So I went out to the car. He opened his boot. He says, I've got 2 pictures here. He says, one's worth £1.8 million, and the other's worth £900,000. He lifted the blanket like that. I said, Tom, you've robbed an estate agent's.
That's a Christmas cracker one, that is.
Oh, dear. I mean, honestly, the classic Billy Trey, ladies and gentlemen. But that is finally it for TTR Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your super chats, memberships, etc. Mods, you've been amazing again. Thank you to Alex, Billy, and of course, Lady Sam. We will be back tomorrow. It is the big one, Match Day Live, 2:30. We will start right here on the Toon Review, the only place to listen to quality Newcastle United play-by-play commentary right here on the Toon Review. We'll kick off at 2:30 with a team news and build up to the match. And then, of course, 3 o'clock play-by-play commentary with myself and Mr. Trey. So don't miss that. It is going to be a cracker. It's a very important game. And hopefully Newcastle United will take 3 points. But enjoy the rest of your Friday night, folks. We will see you at 2:30 tomorrow. Take care.
However, lads and lasses.
Come back and check out some green.